You always were the responsible one, honey. Mom's voice drips with that special kind of sweetness she reserves for asking favors. I've heard it so many times I could script her next words. That's why we know we can count on you. I'm Piper, and I've spent 28 years being the responsible one, the reliable one, the backup plan. Roy's in a bit of trouble, she continues, stirring her untouched coffee. We're sitting in the corner booth of Denny's, her choice, not mine. The same booth where she told me they'd used my college fund to bail Roy out of jail 3 years ago. The same vinyl seats where I learned they'd mortgaged their house to cover his failed business venture last summer. How much? I ask, already knowing there's a number coming. There's always a number. 50,000! She says it quickly, like ripping off a Band-Aid. He got in over his head with some poker games and... No. The word comes out before I can stop it. Mom blinks, her perfectly penciled eyebrows rising. I haven't even asked anything yet. You don't have to. The answer is no. Piper, please. She reaches across the table for my hand. I pull back. Your brother could be in real danger. These aren't nice people he owes money to. Then maybe he shouldn't have borrowed from them. He made a mistake. We all make mistakes. I laugh, but there's no humor in it. Roy doesn't make mistakes, Mom. Roy makes choices, and everyone else pays for them. That's not fair. He's trying... Is he? Because last week I saw him at Caesars, throwing chips around like Monopoly money. Mom's face tightens. You didn't tell me you saw him. Would it have mattered? You and Dad would have found some way to excuse it. You always do. She sits back, her lips pressing into a thin line. I don't understand why you're being like this. We're family. Family. I taste the word like something bitter. Was it family when Roy totaled my car and you told me to lie to the insurance company? Was it family when he stole my identity to take out credit cards and Dad said I should just pay them off to avoid drama? That was different. He was younger then. He was 24, Mom. 24. And now he's 26, still gambling, still destroying everything he touches, and you're still enabling him. My phone buzzes. A text from Roy. Please, sis, I really need you. Then another. Mom says you're being difficult. Don't be like that. I show Mom the messages. See, he's not even here to ask himself, just sending you to do his dirty work while he's probably at another poker table. You're being heartless. Mom's voice cracks. If you could just help with half, we could figure out the rest. Heartless. Something snaps inside me. Years of swallowed words rise up like bile. I worked 2 jobs through college because Roy blew his tuition fund. I postponed grad school to help pay off his DUI fines. I've been cleaning up his messes since I was 12, and I'm done. But I stand up, dropping enough cash on the table to cover both coffees. No, not this time, not ever again. Piper, wait. Tell Roy to grow up. Tell Dad to stop enabling him. Tell yourself whatever you need to sleep at night, but I'm out. Mom's face crumples. What happened to my sweet little girl? She grew up, she got tired, and right now she's walking away. I leave her there, surrounded by the remnants of cold coffee and colder truths. My phone keeps buzzing, probably Dad now, ready with his usual speech about family loyalty and doing the right thing. I switch it off. The parking lot air hits my face like a wake-up call. For the first time in years, I feel something other than resignation, something that burns hotter than guilt or obligation. Rage. My hands shake as I unlock my car. Not from fear or shame, but from a kind of clarity I've never felt before. They think I'm being heartless. They haven't seen anything yet. Because here's what my family never understood. Being the responsible one taught me more than just how to clean up messes. It taught me how systems work, how people work, how to see the threads that hold everything together, and how to pull them apart. I start my engine, a plan already forming. They want to talk about family loyalty? Fine. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about all of it. But this time, I'm writing the script. You did what? Stella's voice crackles through my phone speaker as I pace our apartment. You actually walked out on your mom? In Denny's? I did. I'm still shaking, but it feels good. Like fever breaking after a long illness. Damn, girl, she whistles. About time. But 50 grand? That's not just gambling money. Roy's in deep with someone bad, isn't he? I flop onto our worn leather couch. Probably, but for once, it's not my problem. My phone buzzes with another text. Roy again. Real nice, sis. Mom's crying. Hope you're happy being such a selfish bitch. I show it to Stella, who's emerged from her room in pajamas despite it being mid-afternoon. She reads it and snorts. Wow, he's really going for the guilt jugular, huh? Watch this. I type back, new phone, who dis? And hit send. Stella cackles. Petty, I love it. I learned from the best. I grin, but it fades as my phone lights up again. This time it's Dad. Piper, your mother is very upset. We raised you better than this. Family means standing together in hard times. Call me back immediately. Stella reads over my shoulder. Standing together? Where was all this family unity when you needed help with your medical bills last year? Right? They told me to figure it out myself because they were still paying off Roy's failed food truck venture. The one he abandoned after 2 weeks? That's the one. I delete Dad's message without responding. You know what kills me? They don't even see how messed up it is. They really think I'm the problem here. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a group text from Mom. Special family dinner this Christmas Eve. Everyone must attend. We need to have an honest discussion about recent events and what family truly means. Aunt Edith and all the cousins will be there. No excuses. Oh shit, Stella says. She's pulling out the big guns. Public family shame campaign. Classic mom move. I stand up, suddenly restless. She knows I hate scenes. She's counting on me folding to avoid drama in front of everyone. Are you going to go? I walk to our window, looking out at the city lights coming on as dusk settles. Yeah, but not for the reason she thinks. Piper? Stella's voice holds a note of concern. What are you planning? Nothing yet, but... I turn back to her. Remember Tanner? From college? Hot security guy you hooked up with at Sarah's wedding? He works in private investigation now, specializes in finding people who don't want to be found. Stella sits up straighter. You're going to look into who Roy owes money to? Knowledge is power, right? Mom and Dad want to throw money at the problem without even knowing what the problem is. I want details. That could be dangerous. More dangerous than letting Roy drag the whole family down? I shake my head. They want honest discussion? Let's have honest discussion about everything. My phone chimes again. Roy, you better show up at Christmas. Don't make this worse than it needs to be. Stella reads it and frowns. Is that a threat? Sounds like one, doesn't it? I save the message. Funny how he's suddenly concerned about making things worse. Be careful, Pipe. This feels different than the usual family drama. It is different. I pull up Tanner's number from my contacts, because this time I'm not playing defense. Stella watches me type out a message to Tanner, requesting a meetup. What exactly are you hoping to find? Leverage. I hit send. They want to talk about family loyalty? Fine. Let's see how loyal everyone feels when the truth comes out. Truth about what? Everything. I smile, but it's not a happy expression. You know what the funny thing is? They've spent so many years treating me like the responsible one, the reliable one, the one who always cleans up the mess. Yeah? They forgot that means I know where all the bodies are buried, every lie, every cover-up, every family secret they made me keep. My phone pings, Tanner agreeing to meet tomorrow night. And maybe it's time for a little family reunion with all those skeletons in our closet. Stella studies me for a long moment. You're really doing this, aren't you? They called me Heartless. I look down at Tanner's confirmation message. Maybe it's time to show them what that really means. The sun has fully set now, casting our apartment in shadows. In the darkness, I can almost see the pieces of my plan taking shape. Christmas is 3 weeks away. Plenty of time to prepare. Mom wants honest discussion. I'll give her honest discussion, the kind that burns everything down to the ground. The bar is exactly as dingy as I remember it. Tanner sits in a corner booth, looking somehow both older and exactly the same as he did in college. He stands when he sees me, pulling me into a quick hug that smells of leather and cologne. "Piper, been a while." "Thanks for meeting me." I slide into the booth across from him. I know it's short notice. "Your message was intriguing." He signals the waitress for 2 beers. "Family trouble, you said?" "My brother." I pull out my phone, showing him Roy's social media profile. "He's in debt. Bad debt. I need to know who he owes and how deep it goes." Tanner studies the photo. "The golden child? The one who stole your car that time?" "You remember that?" "Hard to forget. You were crying in my dorm room at 3 a.m. The waitress brings our beers. I take a long sip before continuing. "He needs 50,000. Won't say who it's for, but he's been hanging around Caesars and some underground poker rooms." 50 grand? Tanner whistles. "That's not casual gambling debt. That's loan shark territory." "Can you find out who?" He leans back, studying me. "I could, but Piper, these aren't nice people. You sure you want to know?" "I need to know." "Why? Planning to pay it off?" I laugh. "The opposite." "Explain." "My parents want me to bail him out. Again. But this time..." I lean forward. "I want to know exactly who they're dealing with. I want names, details, everything." Tanner's eyes narrow. "You're planning something." "Maybe." "Something that could backfire badly." "Probably." He takes a slow drink of his beer. "It'll cost you." "Name your price." 500 plus dinner." "Deal." I pull out my wallet, but he waves it away. "First, tell me what you're really planning to do with this information." I hesitate. Tanner and I have history, good history, but this feels different, dangerous. Still, I need him. My family's having Christmas dinner, big event, whole extended family. They're planning to ambush me there, pressure me into paying Roy's debt. And maybe I want to arrange a different kind of surprise. Tanner sits back, expression unreadable. "You're going to tip off the loan shark." "I'm going to make sure certain people face certain consequences." "That's playing with fire, Piper." "I'm counting on it." My phone buzzes. Roy again. "Mom's planning something big for Christmas. Last chance to fix this before things get ugly." I show Tanner the message. He reads it and frowns. "He's threatening you." "He's trying to." "And you want to turn those threats back on him." "On all of them." I finish my beer. "They want to talk about family? Let's talk about family, with everyone present." Tanner's quiet for a long moment. Then he pulls out his laptop. "Give me 3 days. I'll find out who he owes." "You'll help?" "Professional curiosity." He starts typing. "Plus, I always thought your brother was a piece of work." "He is." "This could get messy." "It's already messy." I stand up, dropping 500 on the table. "Text me what you find." "Piper!" He catches my arm as I turn to leave. "Be careful. Loan sharks don't play games." "Neither do I. Not anymore." Outside, the night air is sharp with winter's approach. Christmas lights are already going up along the street, twinkling like false promises. My phone buzzes again. Mom this time. Just confirmed with Aunt Edith. She's so excited to see everyone at Christmas. Especially you, dear. We have so much to discuss. I type back. "Looking forward to it. It's time for some real family honesty." 3 dots appear as she types. Then, "That's all we want, sweetheart. For everyone to understand their family obligations." Obligations? The word sits like acid in my stomach. I've been obligated my whole life. Obligated to be responsible, to be reliable, to be the safety net for Roy's endless falls. But obligations can cut both ways. My phone pings with a message from Tanner. First lead looks promising. Guy named Patrick Kennedy keeps coming up in connection with Caesar's private games. I save the name, a piece clicking into place. Patrick Kennedy, the first thread to pull. Christmas is 18 days away. By then, I'll know everything, and so will everyone else. Let them talk about obligations. Let them talk about family. I've got some talking of my own to do. Patrick Kennedy isn't just any loan shark, Tanner says, spreading photos across my kitchen table. He's old school, professional, the kind of guy who makes problems disappear, one way or another. Stella hovers nearby, peering at the surveillance photos. He looks normal. She's right. In the grainy images, Patrick could be any businessman, crisp suit, silver hair, leather briefcase. But something in his eyes makes my skin crawl. That's the point, Tanner explains. He operates through legitimate businesses. Technically, he's a private lender, but his collection methods? He slides another photo forward. A man with a badly bruised face. Let's just say he's thorough. Jesus, Stella whispers. And Roy owes him money? 50 grand plus interest. Tanner pulls up some documents on his laptop. Your brother's been to 3 of Patrick's private poker games in the past month, lost big each time. My phone buzzes. Roy. Mom says you're still coming to Christmas. Smart choice. We can work something out. Work something out, I repeat, showing Tanner the message. He still thinks he's in control. Does he know who he's dealing with? Stella asks. Probably not. Patrick uses middlemen for the games. Roy might not even know his real name. I scroll through my messages. Mom sent 5 more about Christmas dinner, each one sweeter than the last, dripping with manufactured concern. You're really going to do this? Stella asks. Tip off Patrick about where to find your parents. I'm going to make sure everyone faces reality for once. I look at Tanner. Can you set up a meeting? He stares at me. With Patrick? Are you insane? I need to do this right, personal. It's too dangerous. More dangerous than letting Roy drag my parents down with him? I push forward a bank statement, my parents' second mortgage, taken out last month. They're already planning to sacrifice everything for him. Again. Tanner runs a hand through his hair. Patrick's not someone you want to mess with. Neither am I, not anymore. My phone lights up with a memory notification, a photo from 3 years ago. Me in a hospital gown, arm in a cast. The accident Roy caused, then lied about. The one our parents made me cover up with insurance fraud. Remember this? I show Stella the photo. They made me say I was driving, said it would destroy Roy's future if the truth came out. I remember, she says quietly. You lost your job because of the medical leave. And my apartment deposit, and my savings. I look at Tanner, set up the meeting. He studies me for a long moment. You've changed. Had to. Survival instinct. This isn't survival. This is scorched earth. Maybe that's what it takes. I stand up, gathering the photos. Some things need to burn before they can heal. Stella touches my arm. What if it goes wrong? What if Patrick does something extreme? He won't. I sound more confident than I feel. He's a businessman. He wants his money, not a mess. And your parents, Roy? They wanted honest discussion about family obligations. I check my phone. Another message from Mom about Christmas dinner. They'll get it, just not the way they expected. Tanner closes his laptop. I'll make some calls, but Piper? He catches my eye. Once this starts, there's no going back. I know. Do you? Really? He stands up. Because this isn't just revenge. This is nuclear. It's justice, I say quietly. Finally. After Tanner leaves, Stella helps me clear the photos. She's quiet, worried. Stop looking at me like that, I tell her. Like what? Like I'm turning into some kind of monster. I'm not. She pauses. I'm looking at you like someone who's finally had enough. It's just scary to watch. My phone buzzes again. Dad this time. Your mother's put so much work into this Christmas dinner. Don't disappoint us again. Again, like I'm the one who's been disappointing them all these years. I text back, don't worry, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Then I open my email, typing out a message to an anonymous address Tanner provided. Subject line, Business Opportunity, December 24th. Stella reads over my shoulder. You sure about this? I hit send. They want a family Christmas? Fine. Let's deck the halls with everything they've been hiding. Let's string up all our dirty laundry like tinsel. And Patrick? He'll be the star on top of our family tree. I smile, but there's no warmth in it. The gift that keeps on giving. My phone pings with an auto response. Meeting confirmed, details to follow. Christmas is 2 weeks away. Time to start wrapping presents and sharpening knives. The parking garage is empty except for 3 cars, mine, a black SUV, and a sleek Mercedes. Patrick stands beside the Mercedes, exactly as professional-looking as his photos suggested. 2 men flank him, trying hard to look casual and failing. Ms. Smith? He extends his hand as I approach. The fake name feels strange, but necessary. Mr. Kennedy. His handshake is firm, businesslike. Thank you for meeting me. Your email was intriguing. He gestures to a concrete pillar with 2 folding chairs. Shall we? We sit. His men remain standing, watching. You mentioned information about a debtor, Patrick says. Someone who owes me $50,000 plus considerable interest. My brother. No point hiding that now, though he doesn't know I'm here. Patrick's expression doesn't change, but something shifts in his eyes. Interesting. Family loyalty usually works in the opposite direction. Loyalty should be earned. I pull out an envelope. I have something you might want to see. Inside are photos of my parents' house, their cars, their work addresses. A printed invitation to Christmas dinner. Bank statements showing recent withdrawals. Patrick examines each document carefully. Your parents seem comfortable. They are, and they're very concerned about their reputation, their standing in the community. Unlike their son, Roy's never been concerned about anything except himself. Patrick leans back, studying me. Why are you here, Miss Smith? Or should I say, Ms. Wise? My heart skips, but I keep my voice steady. You did your homework. Always. Now answer the question. I'm here because my parents are enabling a parasite. They're planning to bail him out, again, and nothing will change. Unless someone forces change. I meet his gaze. Someone professional, someone who deals in consequences. One of his men shifts uncomfortably. Patrick holds up a hand to still him. You're suggesting I focus my collection efforts on your parents rather than your brother? I'm suggesting you follow the money. Roy has nothing, never has. But my parents? I tap the bank statements. They've been hiding assets, planning to pay you off quietly to protect the family name. And the Christmas dinner? Everyone will be there. Extended family, friends, neighbors. Perfect time to have a discussion about outstanding debts. Patrick's quiet for a long moment. This is cold, Ms. Wise. Even in my business, we rarely see family turn like this. Is that a no? It's an observation. He picks up the Christmas invitation. Your parents must have hurt you deeply. This isn't about hurt. It's about justice. Revenge, you mean? Call it what you want. Will you do it? He studies me again, longer this time. You understand what might happen? My methods can be persuasive. I understand perfectly. And you can live with that? My phone buzzes. Another message from Mom. Bought your favorite Christmas cookies, sweetheart, just like when you were little. Everything will be perfect. I show Patrick the message. They think they can buy anything, fix anything, make it all disappear with enough money and manipulation. And you want them to learn otherwise. I want them to face reality, for once. Patrick gathers the documents carefully into his briefcase. Christmas Eve, you said? Dinner starts at 6. We'll be there at 7, when everyone's nice and settled. I stand up, legs steadier than I expected. Thank you. Don't thank me. His voice is quiet but sharp. What happens next? It won't be pretty. Neither is the truth. As I turn to leave, he calls after me. Ms. Wise? I look back. Your brother, when we arrive, he might not react well. Roy never does. That's why we're here. The drive home feels surreal. My phone keeps lighting up with family messages. Mom about table settings, Dad about bringing wine, Roy with another thinly veiled threat about making things right. None of them know. None of them see it coming. Stella's waiting up when I get home. How did it go? It's done. I sink onto the couch. They'll be there at 7. You okay? Yes. I'm surprised to find it's true. For the first time in years, I think I actually am. What happens now? I pull out my phone, typing a response to Mom's latest message about Christmas cookies. Looking forward to it. Time for some real family honesty. Now, I look at Stella. Now we wait, and we let karma do its job. My phone buzzes one last time. Patrick. Arrangements confirmed. No turning back. I delete the message, feeling something between dread and satisfaction settle in my chest. Christmas is 10 days away. Time to wrap up all our family secrets in a bow. Mom's house smells like cinnamon and manipulation. Christmas lights twinkle mockingly as I step inside, fashionably late at 6:30. The living room is packed, Aunt Edith holding court by the fireplace, cousins clustered around the appetizers, kids racing through adults' legs. Piper! Mom swoops in for a hug I don't return. We were starting to worry. Traffic. I hand her a bottle of wine. Expensive stuff. Might as well go out with a bang. Everyone's been asking about you. Her smile is tight, rehearsed. Roy's in the kitchen. Of course he is, probably hiding from his own shadow. Dad intercepts me before I can move. Princess. He hasn't called me that in years. Good to see you being reasonable. I check my watch. 6:35. The kitchen is a war zone of cooking dishes and family tension. Roy stands by the sink, looking surprisingly sober. He straightens when he sees me. Sis, his voice is careful. Wasn't sure you'd show. Wouldn't miss it. Aunt Edith bustles in, pulling me into a perfumed embrace. Piper, darling, your mother says you've been so busy with work, barely have time for family anymore. I check my watch again. 6:40. Let's eat, Mom announces, herding everyone toward the dining room. Before everything gets cold. The table is perfect. Her best china, crystal glasses, name cards placed just so. She seated me between Roy and Dad. Strategic. Wine? Dad offers, already pouring. Please. I'm going to need it. 6:45. Mom taps her glass. Before we start, I want to thank everyone for coming. Family means everything, especially in difficult times. Several relatives nod. They don't know their props in her performance. And speaking of family, she continues, reaching for an envelope, we have something special to announce. 6:50. Your father and I have been blessed, she says, voice thick with artificial emotion. Blessed with 2 wonderful children, one who's hit a rough patch, she touches Roy's shoulder, and one who's always been our rock. Oh God, here it comes. So we're starting a family blessing fund. She holds up the envelope. To help those in need. And Piper, sweetheart, we know you'll want to contribute first. Set an example. 7, Chihuahua. The doorbell rings. Mom frowns. Are we expecting anyone else? I'll get it, Roy offers, standing. No. I take a slow sip of wine. Let Dad get it. Dad looks confused, but complies. We hear the door open. Voices. Then silence. Maxwell? Mom calls out. Who is it? Dad returns, face ashen. Behind him are two men in dark suits, and between them, Patrick Kennedy, looking exactly as professional as he did in the garage. Good evening, Patrick says pleasantly. Sorry to interrupt dinner. We're here about a rather urgent financial matter. Roy drops his fork. The clatter sounds like a gunshot. Who? Mom starts, but Patrick's already moving around the table. Mrs. Wise? Mr. Wise? He nods to each of my parents. Your son Roy borrowed quite a substantial sum. We're here to discuss repayment. The room goes silent. Aunt Edith's mouth hangs open. Cousins freeze mid-bite. This is a private family dinner, Dad says weakly. Oh, but we are discussing family. Patrick smiles. Specifically, how your son promised his debt would be covered by, what was it? He checks a notebook. Ah, yes. Mom's Christmas bonus and Dad's retirement fund. Mom's face drains of color. Roy? Roy's already backing away from the table. I didn't. You have exactly 30 seconds, Patrick continues calmly, to explain why you've been avoiding my calls while telling me your parents were handling everything. Roy looks desperately at Mom. They were going to help. Piper was going to help. Piper? Mom turns to me, realization dawning. Did you? I take another sip of wine. You wanted honest discussion about family obligations. Here it is. You brought these people here? Dad's voice shakes. To our Christmas dinner? No. I set down my glass. Roy brought them. Every time he borrowed money. Every time he lied. Every time you covered for him. This is just the bill coming due. Patrick pulls out a chair, settling in like he belongs there. Now then, about that 50,000 plus interest. Mom's still staring at me, tears forming. How could you? I meet her gaze steadily. The same way you could sacrifice me for him. Over and over and over. Heartless, she whispers. You really are heartless. No. I stand up, gathering my purse. I just finally learned how to stop being everyone's heart donor. The last thing I see as I walk out is Patrick opening his briefcase, Roy shrinking against the wall, and Mom's perfect Christmas dinner crumbling into chaos. Some presents, it turns out, are better given than received. I make it halfway down the driveway before Roy catches up to me. You evil bitch, he snarls, grabbing my arm. You planned this. Inside, I can hear raised voices, the sound of chairs scraping. Aunt Edith's distinctive shriek. Let go of me! My voice is ice. You ruined everything. He tightens his grip. They were going to help me. They were going to destroy themselves helping you. Again. So you sent loan sharks to our Christmas dinner? His fingers dig deeper. What kind of sister does that? The kind who's tired of bleeding for you. The front door opens. Patrick's men step out, their presence immediate and threatening. Everything okay out here? One of them asks. Roy releases me instantly, backing away. We're just talking. Didn't look like talking. The bigger man moves closer. Looked like you were putting hands on a lady. It's fine, I say, rubbing my arm. He was just leaving. Like hell I am. Roy turns back to the house. Mom! Dad! But our parents are occupied. Through the window I can see Patrick spreading documents across the dinner table. Mom's crying. Dad's head is in his hands. They can't help you now, I tell Roy. No one can. You did this. He's crying now too, ugly tears of rage and fear. You betrayed your own family. Family? I laugh. Was it family when you stole my identity? When you totaled my car? That was different. Why? Because you needed help? Because poor little Roy couldn't face consequences? More people are coming out now. Aunt Edith, cousins, all trying to leave quietly, avoiding eye contact. The perfect family Christmas, shattered like cheap ornaments. Ms. Wise, Patrick appears in the doorway. A word? I walk past Roy, leaving him with his tears and his terror. Inside, the dining room looks like a crime scene. Mom's perfect table settings are scattered. The blessing fund envelope lies torn and forgotten. Your parents have been enlightened about the situation, Patrick says smoothly. They seem quite shocked about the extent of your brother's activities. And they've agreed to a payment plan. Very reasonable considering. He closes his briefcase. Though they may need to refinance their house. Mom looks up, mascara streaking her face. How could you do this to us? To you? My voice rises. What about what you've done to me? Every time you enabled him, every time you made me clean up his messes. We were protecting him. No, you were protecting yourselves, your perfect family image, your precious golden child. Dad finally speaks. Where did we go wrong with you? Wrong with me? The laugh that comes out sounds foreign. You went wrong with him. I was just collateral damage. Patrick signals his men. We'll be in touch about the arrangements. Wait! Roy stumbles in. Please, I can explain. Save it. Patrick's voice turns hard. You've done enough talking. Now it's time to pay. As they leave, silence falls like heavy snow. The remains of Christmas dinner grow cold on abandoned plates. I hope you're happy, Mom says quietly. You've destroyed this family. No, I pick up my purse. I just stopped letting it destroy me. Get out. Dad won't look at me. Just get out. Gladly. I head for the door, then pause. Oh, and Mom? She looks up. Keep the blessing fund envelope. You're going to need it. Outside, the Christmas lights still twinkle mockingly. My phone's already blowing up, messages from relatives, shocked and scandalized. Tomorrow, the family gossip network will explode. Let it. Patrick's car idles at the curb. He rolls down his window as I pass. That was quite a show. Worth the price of admission? Indeed. He studies me. You're either the coldest person I've met or the most principled. Maybe both. Your brother won't forget this. Good. I meet his eyes. Neither will I. He nods once, then drives away. Behind me, I can hear Roy's voice rising again. Mom sobs. Dad's attempts at damage control. But it's not my problem anymore. None of it is. I get in my car and start the engine. My phone buzzes. Stella checking in. It's done, I text back. Coming home. The last Christmas light flickers out as I pull away, leaving my family's perfect facade in darkness. Some things need to break before they can be rebuilt, and some things just need to break. Your mother posted on Facebook again, Stella says, sliding her phone across our kitchen table. You might want to see this. I scan the post, heartbroken by the actions of those who would destroy family bonds for selfish reasons. True love means sacrifice. True family stands together. She's still playing the victim card, I say, pushing the phone back. Classic mom. The comments are wild. Your Aunt Edith's leading the charge. Let them talk. I'm packing my suitcase, folding clothes with precise movements. They can spin whatever story makes them feel better. My phone lights up. Dad's email address. The first contact in 3 days since Christmas dinner. Piper, what you did was unforgivable. Your mother can't sleep. Roy's life is ruined. If you have any decency left, you'll help fix what you broke. Dad? Stella reads over my shoulder. Are you going to respond? No. I delete the email. Nothing's broken except their illusions. And Roy? Patrick's men are keeping tabs. He tried hitting up another casino yesterday, but they turned him away. Seems his credit's not good anymore. My phone buzzes again. A text from an unknown number. This is Patrick. Thought you'd want to know. Your parents made their first payment today. Your brother tried to run. He didn't get far. I show Stella the message. Consequences, she says quietly. Finally. Finally, I zip up my suitcase. Ready for our trip? Paris won't know what hit it. She grins. Using your Roy emergency fund for a vacation is pretty poetic justice. It was never a Roy emergency fund. It was my freedom fund. I just didn't know it until now. The doorbell rings. We both freeze. Are you expecting anyone? Stella asks. No. Through the peephole, I see Mom standing there, clutching her designer purse like a shield. I open the door, but leave the security chain on. What do you want? To understand. Her voice shakes. How could you do this to us? To your own brother? The same way you did everything to me, one decision at a time. We loved you. No, you used me. There's a difference. She wipes her eyes. Roy's talking about hurting himself. Another manipulation. He's been threatening that since high school whenever he doesn't get his way. He's your brother. Not anymore. I meet her gaze. I'm done being the family Band-Aid. So that's it? 28 years of family? Just gone? Family was gone long ago, Mom. I just finally stopped pretending otherwise. She reaches into her purse, pulls out an envelope. Please, if you just help a little. Goodbye, Mom. I close the door on her protests, turning back to Stella and my packed suitcase. You okay? Stella asks. Better than okay. I pick up my passport from the counter. I'm free. My phone pings with a final message from Patrick. Your brother's agreed to work off his debt. Manual labor. First time in his life, I'd guess. Parents are mortgaging the house. Thought you'd want to know the ending. But it's not an ending. It's a beginning. I text back. Not the ending, just consequences. You're a hard woman, Piper Wise. No, just done being a soft target. Stella calls our Uber while I do one last check of the apartment. On our coffee table, there's a Christmas card from last year. The whole family smiling fake smiles, pretending everything was perfect. I tear it in half and drop it in the trash. Ready? Stella asks, grabbing her bag. Ready. As we head down to our waiting car, my phone lights up one last time. Roy, I hope you're happy. You destroyed everything. I type back. No, I just stopped letting everything destroy me. Then I block his number. The city scrolls past our window as we head to the airport. Behind us, my family is facing their first taste of reality. Ahead of us, Paris waits with all its possibilities. You know what's funny? I tell Stella as we pull up to departures. They kept calling me Heartless. And they were right. I am heartless because they took pieces of my heart for years, using them to patch up Roy's mistakes. But now? I smile, and for the first time in forever, it feels real. Now I'm taking it back, all of it. To being heartless, Stella raises an imaginary toast. To being whole, I correct her. We step out into the morning sun, leaving family obligations and guilt behind like unwanted baggage. Sometimes the happiest endings don't come with reconciliation. Sometimes they come with freedom, and that's more than enough.